Climate change is perhaps the biggest issue facing us, and we must recognise the huge moral obligation that we have, all of us, to take immediate action to minimise future warming and also to adapt to climate changes that are already set in motion from historic greenhouse gas emissions. As my colleagues outlined, Fianna Fáil will be supporting this bill. Energy production, it shouldn't be just for the big elite and the big wind farm and the big power generators. Microgeneration has an important role to play in ensuring that active community participation is there and meeting our climate change targets. And there is a strong will amongst the public. We've seen that with, for example, the Citizens' Assembly, where 99% supported the introduction of legislation to support microgeneration. It was in 2008 that the first scheme was introduced by the Green and Fianna Fáil government at that point, and it set things in motion to some extent, but unfortunately it's disappointing that structures needed to improve energy citizenship further have seen very little progress since then. I acknowledge the pilot scheme from earlier in July this year, and it will be a helpful step, and it will be important to review it again later on the end of the year. There are a number of technical issues with the bill which we can be teasing out at committee stage. I'm assuming it's going on ahead, that it will progress through second stage. The scale of the microgeneration is currently undefined, and also community projects, they haven't been defined to the level which is likely to be required. The bill defines community projects in terms of the numbers of households only, and I feel that much favour an approach that would see opportunities for a much more ambitious definition of community, where we could develop microgeneration across organisations such as community centres, schools, sports clubs, and if there was a broader approach taken. I think if successful, it would both reduce the overheads for those community organisations, and also there'd be huge potential to generate revenue for them as well. Ireland is at its best at community level, Minister, and with a payment for microgeneration, Irish communities could develop their own local power plants right from the roof of the local school, community hall, farm shed, and become active participants in energy transformation that we so desperately need. Further measures are also going to be required to facilitate microgeneration. These include the systematic review of state-generated costs and the development of renewable energy, including planning, consideration of issues including private wires, and further reforms to make it easier for large-scale consumers such as hotels, airports and so on to generate their own electricity. Ara tá dúchlan mór roing mother le aharú érad agus cahamí dulling leis seo gan mhuil. Tá sé saléros na tuairiscíostí a ní fiú na bhfuil beidir hartar de same blian chun tasnú agus Jos na bheith se roianach. Tá sé saléir go bhfuil an tacaíocht dain, tá sé feiceing ó tinol na Seránig an urig an slí gur legadar amach an tacaíocht mór ládarig nó chun éfan géadíomh. The lag Fianna Fáil agus na glasig síos hena féin scéim agus bhórantsú nar tóga gurtha sin nach a haníim go bhfuil inis an scéim pilót im líana. Ach tá dúlta an rón agus cafaí dulling leis go tapig. Gur mágad.